so I'm Carolina Avila-Jones and I teach physics at Cardiff Sixth Form College and I'm also Deputy Head of GCSE. Ooh, quite a few things. I had a very encouraging mother and she thought I could do anything, so therefore I thought I could do anything. So I wanted to be a ballerina, I wanted to be an astronaut, a fashion designer, a teacher, a racing driver, and I think so far, and a translator, and I think out of those I managed 3 so far. Okay, so I did, I have a passion for learning, so I feel like I have been a forever student, but at university I've got 2 degrees, and my first one was physics at Cardiff University, and that was my first degree, and so I was in kind of that age where I wanted to try everything, so I joined every possible club, one being surfing, because I thought there was some very good looking boys at the time, and then it turned out there was quite a serious affair, and they used to go surfing very regularly, no matter what the weather, and the once it was very windy, and I actually got hit by my own board in my eye, and so ended up with a very big black eye, which is not great when you're trying to make an impression. And my second degree was fashion. I did fashion design, and we did a lot of trips, and once we went to Barcelona, and unfortunately my little group and me were shopping and caught up in the moment. We didn't hear the announcement and we basically missed our flights home. So that was, yes, that was a lesson to be learned. Okay, so previously I was teaching at Monmouth School for Girls, and I'd been there for 8 years or thereabouts, and it was a great place, but I had a very long commute, and a friend of mine who, I used to talk about the commute and so on, she saw the available position, and she kind of brought my attention to it. And I started researching, looking into it, and I thought, why not? Just, really concentrating on A-level teaching, very different to where I was, and I thought, I'm ready for a challenge, I'm ready for a change, and I'm ready for a smaller commute. And actually I went for it, got it, and I don't regret it. I've got a 20-minute bicycle ride commute, and I much prefer it than the hour and a quarter in the car. So yeah. Quite a few things actually, but the one that I guess pulled me in this direction, I would say, is the diversity, the culture that is here, because it really resounded with me. I come from a very similar background. I came to the UK when I was very young, didn't speak any English, and then learned English, did my GCSEs and A-levels in a second language, and so therefore I feel that we've got something in common. At the time I was I was one of a very small group, whereas it's really nice to see that, this is a real community. And I love that I learn a lot from them, as well as them learning and pushing them and developing them. Also the staff. Without the staff, this place wouldn't be what it is. I enjoyed the company, the support, also the knowledge. I've learned a lot since I've been working here, and all highlighted, I think, the importance of it when we went into lockdown. We realised how much these people mean to you. And then finally, I guess the experiences. I mean, the work experiences that the students have, as well as the opportunities abroad, are huge. And the fact that you can kind of go along as a teacher is the bonus for me, because I love travelling, and I've been recently 2 years ago, went on the CERN trip to Geneva with Mr. Jenkins, and it was amazing. It was brilliant. Great fun to see these students outside of their comfort zone as well. And here's my flag for going on more trips in the future. I would say two. I think the first one would be, and it's a bit sad, I guess, really, but losing my parents when I was very, very young. So particularly my mother, who I lost when I was 20. For me, she was the backbone, you know, the kind of the person who gave me strength, encouragement, and so it has meant really that you know, I went through a tough time, but actually I've had to come out the other end, and I've had to learn to get to know myself and what works for me and what I need in order to make myself strong and deal with everyday things. So that was a big one, but also more recently was owning my own business. I after I did fashion, because my second degree was in fashion, I opened up a business with a friend called Unica, and we did couture fashion, and we did projects which were amazing, but it was a very steep learning curve. We were both very creative, and we had a vision in mind, but we had no business acumen at all. So I think with projects like that, you really get to know yourself, your weaknesses as well as your strengths, and I think now in hindsight it's very easy to kind of look back and think, oh, I would have done things very differently, but it certainly, you know, has made me the person I am, and I learned a lot from it, and you know, one of the reasons in a way why I ended up teaching. Ooh, I think I wish somebody had been telling me all the way along how important it is to, in a way, and it sounds corny, but follow your passions, your interests, and don't be afraid of what they are. Don't try and live somebody else's dream but your own. I think that's really important because you're stuck with it, so you've got to be happy with it. And also, you know, don't be afraid of being yourself, because actually a lot of the time that is what makes you stand out from the crowd, and that's what we need in order to, you know, students need in order to go to these high achieving universities. They really need to stand out. So it's important that they're strong in themselves and they know what they want to do, what they like, and then push yourself outside of your comfort zone, so that you're actually experiencing different things and learning from different environments and experiences.